So on March 20th, 2010, Iowa Paranormal got to investigate the Appanoose Country Club here in Centerville, Iowa. The place was built in 1923. Thing is, it's always been the country club. I know a lot of these places we've gone, it's changed from this, to different owners, to different businesses and such, but it's always been the country club. There's been no reported deaths in the place. There was a boy in the 20s who drowned in a pond, I'd say about a quarter-mile away. But nothing ever, bad has happened in the place. The groundskeeper, he was the one who contacted us because he's been in there by himself at night and such, and he's heard footsteps, seen shadow figures, TVs turning on and off, just a lot of unexplained things. So, like I said, on March 20th, we got to investigate the place. We had the whole building just completely locked down with cameras, voice recorders, everything. Some of the personal experiences we had, Pat and Amber both were in the what we like to call the poker room upstairs, because there were reports of crap games and such being played upstairs, way back when. So we set up a little table with some chips and cards and stuff, and while Amber and Pat were in there playing, they both heard a very light voice. We have video and an audio clip of it. It sounds almost like Ace or 8, and it's kind of weird because they were playing a card game at that time. So it's very hard to make out. Right after Pat says "man," you'll hear it very lightly, and Amber and Pat both react to it.
There's a minor. Insects.
Yeah, but I'm giving you your little cards. Except for that 10. That was a good one.
Man.
You hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Man.
You hear that?
Another thing that happened that night was our friend Patrick and Tony were up there in the poker room as well, and they were discussing golf and such, and then they both hear some shifting out behind them in this larger room, and they thought it was some crates right behind them, but if you listen closely, it sounds like lockers. And as you can see in some of the pictures we have, there's a bunch of lockers in this main room. So that's kind of what we determined it sounded like. Unfortunately, we didn't have no video, showing if maybe one of the locker doors opened or not.
I was playing golf up at the Grinnell Country Club.
Okay.
And trying to think of what. It was a par 3 hole. Let's see, I'm trying to think of which number it was. It was either. Did that just come from right behind us? It was a par 3 hole. Let's see, I'm trying to think of which number it was. It was either. Did that just come from right behind us?
This EVP we capture is when I go down these stairs and stay down there by myself for a little bit. And this was about 11:45 at night, and everyone else was completely away from me. They were all at HQ watching me on the DVR system. And I'm just sitting there getting a feel for the place, and I hear a man's voice at the top of the stairs. It was like 2 syllables. I couldn't make out what it was saying, but it was definitely there. And as you'll hear, I have to do my cliche reaction.
Holy crap.
This next clip is very interesting. This happened just after midnight. I go into the kitchen, I have the cabinet doors open, I'm trying to get, something to open and close them and such. Our friend Patrick is watching the DVR system, and he asked me if I moved in front of the camera that was set up in there, and I didn't, because he thought he'd seen something, but actually it was just my IR blocking the camera, so it blew out for a minute. But we're talking, and in the middle of all this, you will hear a woman moan. Um, no females were even close to me. It sounds very sexual. I'll have you take a listen and just decide for yourself. Make yourself known. Open or close these cabinet doors. Give us a sign. Throw a dish at me. Me? Yeah. Nope. Did it look like this? No, I don't think so. This last piece of evidence happens at 3:01 in the morning. Um, I go to get Pat's attention. I say, Pat, and just shortly after that, you hear what sounds like a man's voice saying "precious." That's what we could make out of it. If anyone listens to it and can hear something else, just let us know. But it's what it sounds like to me is precious. Why it said it, I have no idea why. All in all, it was a great investigation. Had some really cool experiences. Caught a few interesting things on video and audio. Um, we definitely have to say it's haunted. There's something there that we can't explain as to who it is or what they're doing there. We don't know. We have been invited back, so I think later this summer we're definitely going to head back there and try to capture some more evidence.